Assalamu alaikum and very good morning to all of you, dear students. We are learning class 8 science biology. Dear students, today we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter number 9 from your textbook, Reproduction in Animals. Dear students, we are going to start a new chapter today, that is Reproduction in Animals. So before starting this chapter, dear students, I would like to give you the intro of this chapter. So in this video I'll give you only the intro about this chapter, and then from the next video we will start the next topic of this chapter. Okay, so dear students, the word reproduction, if we split the word reproduction, we can get two words over here. The one is re and second is production. Okay, now what do you mean by re? That you all know that re means again, and production means making of something, or we can say only the making. That here reproduction means what? Making again. Now here, so it means it does not mean that here we are making another again and again a same thing. Here making of the new thing, it gets over the reproduction means. So let's begin with this chapter, dear students, of the intro first. That do you recall the processes of the digestion, circulation, and respiration which you have studied in your previous classes, that is in class 7? These processes are essential for the survival of every individual. But of course, dear students, digestion, circulation, respiration, either the organism is prokaryotic or the eukaryotic. Either we can say it is amoeba or bacteria. Either the organism is unicellular or multicellular. Each and every organism require this particular processes for their survival. So in the same way, you have also learnt about the process of reproduction in plants, right? So reproduction is also essential for the continuation for this species. Right. Imagine, dear students, what would happen if organisms had not reproduced? You will realize that reproduction is very important as it ensures the continuation of similar kinds of individuals generation after generation. Okay, dear students, you have already learned in your previous class about reproduction in plants, right? So now in this chapter we shall learn how reproduction takes place in animals. Okay, now dear students, we are starting with the birthday. Getting, dear students, that if on your birthday, that a particular day on where you were born, uh, right? So if on your birthday somebody wishes you happy birthday, how do you feel? You feel so happy, right? And even so many of you are so much excited before a week also, and before 3 or 4 days also, and even you are very much busy with planning about the celebration of your birthday. How you are going to celebrate your birthday and all that. Even during the school time also, you people used to say, madam or sir, please do not punish us. Please do not give so much homework to us because today is my birthday, right? So, dear students, the day particular which we are celebrating the birthday, that is a part of the reproduction only. Okay, so let's begin with this chapter, dear students. That what have you ever imagined that what a particular thing is common in all the living organisms present on the earth, dear students? All living things, we can say all living organisms which are present on the earth have one thing is common. That is what? That is a life cycle. Now, what do you mean by life cycle, dear students? That a particular cycle which gives birth, continues with the growth and reproduction, and then ends with death. If we recall about the human being life cycle, dear students, that a baby were born, then it grows. The growth of that particular baby is growth continuous. That one phase comes that it also reproduce its own progeny, and then it's end with the death. So this is all about the life cycle of the human being, right? Same way the life cycle of the plants Same, that from a small seed a plant reproduce, then the particular plant or particular seedling grows in a big tree, then again it gives reproduction, its own kind of fruits, then flowers, then particular, what we can say, the leaves, etc., and then it dies. So this is all about the life cycle, right, dear students? Okay, so now here, okay, so dear students, now I want you to take a minute and think about some of the animals which are present on the earth, some of the familiar organisms which definitely come to your mind, that is dogs, also the cats or chicken or lion, and some of the particular organisms which might not be as familiar to you, but you have we heard the name of that particular organism, like sponges, right? Sponges, then corals, then worms. And these particular organisms or these particular things are as similar, or we can say just like you and me, as the human baby is born from, as the human baby. Animals on earth are a diverse and complex group. They come in all different shapes, sizes, forms, and colors, and they just live just about everywhere you can imagine. But one thing they do have in common is that they don't live forever and instead have to reproduce to ensure that their genes get passed on to the next generation. So we are going to delve a little deeper into two ways of the animal reproduction over here, that is sexually and asexually, and gain a better understanding of these two very different processes that have the same end goal, that is creating a next generation. Okay, so here dear students, have you seen the young ones of different animals? Try to name some of the young ones by completing this table given over here in this image. Dear students, this is the table, or we can say this is the activity which I had taken from your textbook. Okay, so you must have seen the young ones of various animals being born. And can you tell how chicks and caterpillars are born? How are kittens and puppies born? Do you think that these young ones looked the same before they were born as they do now? So let's find it out, dear students. So here the animal name and its young one name is given. That is, the young one of a human is called as a baby over here. So the second one is cat, and the answer is kitty. Right, dear students? The next is dog. The young one of the dog is called as a puppy. The young one of butterfly is called as caterpillar. The young one of hen is called as chick. The young one of cow is called as calf. Right. And what about the frog, dear students? Can you tell me? Yes, that is the tadpole. Plants in brief. Okay, so let's first begin with the asexual reproduction, dear students. That asexual reproduction produces individuals that are genetically identical, or we can say genetically same to the parent plant. Roots such as cones, stem, tubers, rhizomes, and stolons undergo vegetative reproduction. Right, dear students? So here in asexual reproduction, you will get the idea that male and female gametes do not fuse, right? Asexual reproduction may occur through binary fission, budding, fragmentation, spore formation, regeneration, and vegetative propagation. Now, plants have two main types of asexual reproduction, dear students: vegetative reproduction, and which is genetically identical, right, dear students? So here it is a Okay, so these are the examples of the asexual reproduction in plants. If we move with the sexual reproduction in plants, especially in flowering plants, dear students. So flowering plants are also called as angiosperms. Use a sexual mode of reproduction. Okay, so reproduction in plants, they mainly revolves around the flower, which has both the male gamete also as well as female gamete also. You can see over here, dear student, that the particular anther is called as the stamen is a male gamete and the carpel is the female gamete over here. Now, both reproduction in plant it mainly revolves around the flower, which has both the male and female gametes. All parts of the flower aid in the process of reproduction, although some of them are sterile. Okay, so therefore it is very easy to understand the process of reproduction in flowering plants. Here the different names of the parts is given, which you had already learned in class 7. So this is all about the reproduction in plants. Now from our next video we will start the reproduction in animals.